The New York Rangers have signed a trio of prospects, and all three of these guys could very well be a big part of the team's future. We'll get into all the details coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So as we've seen the other day, the New York Rangers made a fairly significant acquisition, in my opinion, acquiring prospect defenseman Adam Fox from the Carolina Hurricanes. He is now officially, finally under contract here. Now when the trade first happened, it wasn't quite 100% sure if he'd be signing right away or not, although like I said in that video discussing the trade, I did not feel like they would have made that move if they were not going to be signing him immediately and getting him into pro hockey this coming year in 1920. It wouldn't have made sense for them to make the trade if he was going to be returning to Harvard University for his senior year, because he would have been a free agent after that. They could have signed him for nothing instead of sending a couple of draft picks over to the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, of course, in case you're not familiar with Fox, this is actually his third NHL team, even though he hasn't actually debuted yet. Originally drafted by the Flames back in 2016 as a third-round pick. He did not sign there, went to play college hockey, and of course was traded to the Hurricanes last year at the draft as part of that big trade between the Flames and the Hurricanes, which I believe had 4 or 5 players involved. And now, after not signing with the Hurricanes, he's now been traded to the New York Rangers. Now, he's from the New York area as well. It seems as though that's where he wanted to play. The Rangers had a lot of interest, so it made sense for them to pay the price in order to bring him over to their organization now. They've got all kinds of draft picks after all the players they've shed in the last year or so, so they have tons of picks. They can afford to make this trade. I think he has the potential to be an elite defenseman at the NHL level, so certainly was a wise move by them, but he's officially signed and will be reporting to training camp this fall. Now, of course, they also have a couple other very important prospects that got signed here this afternoon as well, getting started with last year's first-round selection, Russian forward Vitali Kravtsov. Of course, he was a little bit of a surprise pick at the number 9 spot in last year's NHL draft. However, that pick looks like it could very well work out quite nicely. Kravtsov's regarded as one of the best prospects outside of the NHL right now, and having him join their lineup next year would be huge. Like Adam Fox, Kravtsov gets a 3-year entry-level contract. The only difference with Kravtsov's contract is it's being reported that there is a European assignment clause and as part of that, so he could potentially be assigned to play outside of the NHL, and they could slide that entry-level contract forward to next year if they decide that he's not ready or if that's not the best place for him next season. But I would think more than likely he'll be given a shot to play with the Rangers club. He would also have the option as well of playing in the American Hockey League, which we've seen some other prospects like Philip Hedl and Elias Anderson do. So certainly quite a possibility he stays in North America, but that was put in there should they decide that that would be the best thing for his development. Although personally I think it's pretty unlikely. I think Kravtsov's going to stand an excellent shot and making the club out of training camp, or at least as a small sample size, and maybe playing in the American League would probably be better for his development overall. But I guess we'll see. Either way, the important thing here is that he's signed and will be going to training camp and trying to earn himself a roster spot with the Rangers next year. Now, of course, they also signed goaltender Igor Shesterkin, who's one of the top goaltending prospects outside the NHL as well. He was originally drafted by the Rangers way back in 2014 as a 4th-round pick. He's been playing over in Russia ever since then, putting up some absolutely dominant numbers. His past 3 years in the KHL have been absolutely phenomenal. He's played in the KHL with SKA St. Petersburg, and in 16-17 he played 39 games, put up a 1.64 goals against average and a .937 save percentage. The year after, he appeared in 28 games with a 1.7 goals against and a .933 save percentage. And then this past season, he appeared in 28 games again with a 1.11 goals against and a .953 save percentage. Absolutely unreal statistics. Now, I realize the KHL is not quite the same competition as the NHL, but still, these numbers are absolutely incredible. He's performed as well with Russia at different international events over the years and has looked really solid as well. Based on KHL goaltenders who have made at least 50 appearances, I believe these statistics are like the best that league has had. So he's certainly a very proven player in that part of the world. Hopefully he can bring that over to North America. As we know, goalie Henrik Lundqvist is certainly nearing the end of his career. He still has a couple years left in his contract and has expressed desire to remain in New York through this rebuild. We also saw some pretty decent numbers as well from his backup last year, Gorgiev. Between him and Igor Shesterkin, they should be in pretty good shape moving forward between the pipes here. That very well might be your goalie tandem of the future. I mean, Shestyorkin certainly has the possibility of taking over as a starter from Lundqvist here over the next 1 or 2 years as he winds down his NHL career. At least he has that potential to be. So these three players, very important signings here for the New York Rangers. Three big pieces of the rebuild, moving his team back to prominence and being more respectable, being a playoff team as well. So I certainly expect a lot of improvement out of the Rangers this coming year. And it's certainly going to be, at the very least, a fun team to watch with all these young, exciting players, hopefully making the NHL next year. If you're new to the channel here, I hope you consider subscribing. We cover all 31 NHL teams, and there is plenty of content here for all hockey fans to enjoy. So if you're new, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and give it a thumbs up before we go if you enjoyed it. I'd appreciate it if you did. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.